I am CA Rohit Kumar Singh, founder of Tax Marvel Consulting Services LLP. I welcome you all to our GST channel or GST YouTube channel, GST with Tax Marvel. I request you all to like and share our videos and also subscribe to our channel. Today we are going to analyze an email received from GSTN on 4th of August 2020 on aggregate turnover. So friends, most of the taxpayers whose turnover is above 5 crores have received a email from GSTN from the email ID no reply at gstn.gov.in stating that aggregate turnover for financial year 1920 has been computed by GST system based on GSTR 3B filed for all GSTNs or registration on common PAN which exceeds 5 crores. It further states that the return for 1920 filed up to July 20 has been considered for the said computation. Now, if you all see what is aggregate turnover. So, as per section 2 subsection 6 of the CGST Act, aggregate turnover is to be computed based on sum of all GSTN, that is at PAN level and not at GSTN level. So, aggregate turnover is to be computed based on aggregate of value of all taxable supplies, exempt supplies, export of goods, export of services, whether with payment or without payment, both is to be computed. Interstate supply under the same PAN, that is interstate stock transfer from one GSTN to other GSTN in different states, but it does not include supplies received under RCM, and also the taxes charged on invoice, that is CGST, SGST, UTGST, IGST or cess, is not to be considered for computation of aggregate turnover. So what GSTN has done is they have computed the aggregate turnover based on below tables of GSTR 3B. So they have considered table 3.1A, B, C and E. Table 3.1A is for outward taxable supplies, that is on which tax is charged. B is for outward taxable supply zero rated, that is export of goods or export of services and supply to SEZ unit or SEZ developer. Table 3.1C is to be computed, that is your other outward taxable supply, that is nil rated or exempted, on which GST is not to be charged, but same is to be considered for computation of aggregate turnover. And 3.1E, that is other non-GST outward supply. So we all know other non-GST outward supply would include 5 petroleum product and alcohol for human consumption, which is outside GST purview. Now what GST has said is they have taken any one of the options for computation of aggregate turnover. So if you have filed all the 12 return for 1920, they have considered option 1, that is all the return is to be consolidated and your aggregate turnover is identified. In case any one of the return is not filed, then what they have done is return of tax period which was due to be filed but same is not filed. So that is to be extrapolation, that is if you have filed your 10 return out of 12 returns, what they have done is 10 by 12 into your turnover declared in 10 returns. So it's a 12 by 10 into your turnover declared in 10 returns. Option 3 is if you have not filed return for 3 GSTNs out of 10 GSTNs, so they have extrapolated turnover for 3 GSTN based on your 7 GSTNs return you have already filed. So they have computed aggregate turnover based on any one of the methods based on available records on the GST in portal on the filing done by us. So what they have done is, why this turnover is important. So this turnover is to be used for certain validation in the GSTN portal, that is determination of due date for return filing. So if my turnover is more than 5 crores, my due date will be 20th of the subsequent month for GSTR 3B. If my turnover is less than 5 crores, it will be 22nd or 24th based on the state under which my GST is registered. It will also be used for computation of late fee by the system and also interest on delayed payment on self-assessment basis. Recently, because of outbreak of COVID, certain relief was announced for taxpayers having turnover below 5 crores. So this turnover shall be used for computation of that relief. So now in case of a discrepancy, so in case I identify that there is some discrepancy, what I can do is you can log into the GSTN portal and raise a grievance at selfservice.gstsystem.in for redressal. And in case there is a discrepancy, you can send data in the below format. So all the GSTNs, GST grant date, tax period for which last 3B is filed, date of filing of last 3B, status, that is active or cancelled, the registration status, and also the taxpayer as per turnover as per taxpayer. So whatever the GSTR 3B you have filed, take table 3.1a, B, C and E, and then you can report the said turnover. In case you have 10 GSTS, your 10 columns is to be reported. Now friends, our suggestion is review your turnover very carefully on GSTR 3B filed in 1920, including if you have any balance 3B to be filed, you have to consider that turnover as well. And in case your aggregate turnover is below 5 crores and you have got this email, please immediately reply and raise a grievance for rectification of turnover. So you might have a turnover lower than 5 crores, but you might have received this notice because of extrapolation of your turnover for the balance remaining periods, right? So friends, in case you have query, just let us know. Friends, thank you for watching our video, and we hope that you enjoyed this learning series GST with Tax Marvel. And don't forget to share, like and subscribe our videos, and do also tell your friends or colleagues who want to make their career in GST or want to get updated on GST aspects. Thank you friends. Thank you.